Welcome to the AI Hub, a podcast for AI-driven side hustles designed for IT professionals like you.
From cutting-edge AI tools to practical, no-nonsense tips, each episode brings you closer to turning tech into income.
Tune in to discover smart and sustainable ways to boost your career and income with AI.
Welcome back to AI Hub, the show that keeps you in the loop on all things AI. I'm Larry.
I'm Amanda.
And we are diving into some news that's got the tech world kind of spinning. You know, all these big companies rushing to get the newest AI tech integrated into their stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
Especially with these digital assistants. But it seems like it's not as easy as they maybe thought it would be.
It really isn't.
Just look at Amazon and Apple. There are some hiccups, huh? With getting this generative AI to work with Alexa and Siri. And like the tech press is having a field day.
They are all over it.
Yeah. Well, TechCrunch just last week was talking about all the hype for this Amazon event.
Right.
It's supposed to be February 26th in New York.
Yeah.
Everyone's expecting the big, new Alexa reveal with this amazing AI.
With this generative AI. And it's worth taking a minute to kind of break down why this is such a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, what is generative AI? Basically, think of it like a computer creating new content all on its own. We're talking text, images, even audio, like completely generated from scratch. It's the same stuff behind ChatGPT, which I'm sure folks have heard of by now.
Right. So Amazon all set to knock everyone's socks off with this new AI Alexa, right?
Right.
And then, boom, the Washington Post drops this report. Looks like they're pushing the whole thing back.
Uh-oh.
Maybe March, maybe even later.
Wow. Delays happen in any field, but in tech especially, where things move so fast. This kind of setback.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, what are they running into trying to get this, cutting edge AI to actually work in their main digital assistant?
Right. So remember how everyone thought Amazon was going to be so far ahead of everyone else?
Oh, yeah. They were going to be the kings of the AI assistants.
Turns out Apple is having their own issues with Siri. Bloomberg just put out a report saying their big Siri AI makeover, that's hitting some walls too.
It seems like a mix of engineering challenges and just, software bugs.
Oh, the bugs?
Which, let's be honest, almost unavoidable with these complex systems.
Yeah, of course. The irony is both Amazon and Apple wanted to get this stuff out so fast to compete with, companies like OpenAI and Google.
Yeah, because they're not standing still.
OpenAI's got that advanced voice mode. Google's got Gemini Live.
Right, it's a race.
Everyone wants to be the top dog in this AI assistant world.
For sure. The pressure is huge to be first, to be the best.
Yeah.
But we're seeing now that rushing can lead to, complications.
Yeah, absolutely. And those software bugs they're talking about with Siri, apparently causing some major headaches for Apple. Bloomberg says features they wanted to release in April are now pushed to May, maybe even later.
That's a pretty big delay, especially in the tech world. Makes you think,
Yeah.
What does this mean for the whole future of AI assistants?
Yeah. Are these little hiccups, or are we seeing bigger, deeper problems, maybe with AI development itself?
It's a good question.
We'll get into that for sure. But first, I want to dig into these challenges a little more. Making sophisticated AI. It's not as simple as it might seem, right?
Not at all. It is layers upon layers of complexity. Just think about the data you need to train these AI models. Massive amounts of data. And then making sure it's accurate, it's reliable, and then somehow fitting it into these existing products that people are already using. It's a huge, huge undertaking.
Yeah. And even the biggest tech companies in the world are like, this is hard.
Yeah, they're struggling.
It's really interesting to see. It's kind of like we're peeking behind the curtain, right?
Yeah.
Usually these companies, they make it look so easy.
They do. It's all seamless, It's a good reminder that making really sophisticated AI that can work in our everyday lives, still a massive, massive challenge, even for these companies with tons of money and people.
Absolutely. And It makes you realize, how important testing and refinement is. You can't just, throw something out there that's full of bugs or that people don't like, especially when you're talking about something like a digital assistant. It's so personal, it's always there.
Especially when you've got all this competition breathing down your neck. Think about it. If Alexa and Siri are kind of stumbling, that gives companies like OpenAI, like Google, a real opening to grab some of that market share.
Oh, yeah.
Their AI stuff.
Okay.
People are going to go with what works best, right?
For sure. So these delays, they could really shake things up in the AI world.
Absolutely, because consumers, they want the best. They want the AI that works the smoothest. Whoever gets that right first, that's the winner.
Yeah.
Look at OpenAI's advanced voice mode. That's all about just talking to it naturally, like a real conversation.
And then there's Google, right?
Yeah.
With Gemini Live, which is all about being real time.
Right, instant.
Like a digital assistant that can keep up with you, no lag,
Yeah.
adapt on the fly. That's what they're going for.
That's wild. So where does that leave Amazon and Apple? Do you think these delays could actually hurt them in the long run?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's possible. Perception is everything in tech, right? If people start thinking, oh, Alexa's falling behind, Siri is not as good, they might just stop using them.
Right.
And that could be a problem for those companies.
Yeah, it's not just about who has the most users, though. It's also about trust.
Oh, interesting.
If these early versions of, the AI-powered assistants, if they're buggy, if they're not reliable, people could just lose faith in the whole idea.
That's a good point.
It's almost like they're walking this tightrope, right? They want to be seen as innovative, but they also can't release something that's just not ready.
Right.
And maybe, just maybe, these delays mean they're starting to think more about quality, about the user's experience, instead of just trying to be first.
Yeah, makes sense. What's the point of having a super smart AI assistant if it's always glitching or giving you bad information?
Exactly. It's something for all of us to think about as we, go down this road with AI. It's exciting, but it's definitely bumpy.
It really is.
Yeah.
This whole conversation is making me think, are we maybe, I don't know, getting a little ahead of ourselves with all this generative AI hype?
What do you mean?
Like, are we expecting too much too soon?
That's a good question. We're still really in the early days of this stuff, right? With generative AI. There are going to be bumps. There are going to be challenges. We have to remember, this isn't magic.
Right.
It's complex technology. It takes time to get it right.
And these delays, maybe that's what they're showing us, right?
Could be that it's better to take your time, make sure it works, than to just throw it out there and have it flop.
Yeah.
Like learning to walk before you can run, we have to get the basics of AI right before we can expect it to, change the world.
Right. And who knows, maybe these kind of setbacks, these little stumbles, they'll lead to better, stronger AI in the long run.
That would be good for everyone.
Yeah, it would be. So where does this leave us?
Where does this leave us?
With the future of AI assistants?
Yeah.
Are we about to see a revolution, or are we, I don't know, setting ourselves up for disappointment?
$1 million question, right. Guess we'll have to wait and see. But one thing is for sure. The AI world is changing fast. And it is a fascinating ride.
It is. Yeah, it really is. This has been great, Amanda. Really appreciate your insights.
Oh, always fun to chat AI with you.
To everyone listening, it's clear that this race to build like the ultimate AI assistant, it is on, right? Yeah. And like we talked about, there are going to be some stumbles along the way.
Yeah, but that's what makes it so exciting, right? It's all about innovating and learning as we go.
Totally. So any final thoughts for our listeners? What should they be, keeping an eye out for in the next few months, even years?
I think the main thing is be excited, but also, cautiously optimistic. There's so much potential for AI to make our lives better, but we have to be realistic about the challenges, about how long this stuff takes.
Right, yeah.
AI is not a magic wand.
Yeah, we want it to be.
We do, but it's complex. It needs time to develop.
I think that's right. We all want to see what the future holds for these AI assistants, but it's still early days,
And that's kind of the fun part too, right? Who knows what amazing things are coming next?
Exactly. Well, we got to wrap things up for today, but before we go, I want to encourage everyone, stay curious about AI, keep learning, and be sure to subscribe to AI Hub for more deep dives into this incredible world of artificial intelligence.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
We'll see you next time.
Welcome to the AI Hub, a podcast for AI-driven side hustles designed for IT professionals like you.
From cutting-edge AI tools to practical, no-nonsense tips, each episode brings you closer to turning tech into income.
Tune in to discover smart and sustainable ways to boost your career and income with AI.